we're still having a lot of just general discussions and education. What tends to happen is folks come in and they think, oh, this is crypto, it's Bitcoin, it's risky. And there's a lot of reputation risk or perceived, like nobody got fired holding treasuries, but there's a fear that you get fired over holding Bitcoin. So we tend to spend a lot of our efforts in educating, outreach, sharing information. What we are seeing is quite interesting is we will engage with folks that personally hold Bitcoin, but are not yet ready to take the leap for the company. And so we find that a lot. Now, those are pretty interesting conversations because they recognize the need. Like we talk to them and they will say, you don't have to say anymore. I get it. I understand. I did this personally. I just don't have that leap yet that I can take it for, whether it's my fund or my corporation. Now, we estimate it's likely at a 6 to 8 month sales cycle for somebody to really, we spend time with them, we warm them up and really help them feel comfortable. And hopefully or ideally they work with us, but there's a couple of other firms that they can work with that will also help them. So we tend to make sure that they get our perspective and other perspectives in the industry so that they get a well-rounded view of the space. But definitely Classroom, we are getting firms that are I think the stepping stone for them is much easier to stable coins than it is to Bitcoin. And when you start talking to a treasurer or a CEO and you say, well, you have dollars that are sitting in your bank and they're earning 20, 30 basis points. And you can put those dollars with TradeStation and you can earn 6% if you're holding it in a dollar stable coin. There's no volatility, it's one-to-one. And we explain the various risks to them and that makes sense. That's an easy step. I put in $100, I know I'm gonna get $100 back. When we start to grow them into Bitcoin, that's a harder sell. Then there's a lot more conversations and questions around what is it? What's the volatility? What are my accounting challenges? So it's more than just educating on Bitcoin. We end up having to engage and educate their treasury, their accountants, their executives, their risk teams, so that the entire team knows what it is and they can all buy into it. There's absolutely an age divide. It's very clear as we talk to the different folks of who's more open to the idea and who's very resistant to the idea.